Well, in terms of my creative space, it honestly depends. Back when I was first doing music, I used to write in notebooks because I grew up in an era where, like, you know, hip hop was really hip hop, and you really kept it as true to your heart as possible. And you wrote in a notebook. As I got older, the years progressed. I went from writing in my notebook to writing in my laptop to writing on my cell phone. And it also depends on where I write at. Like, I used to write, well, I still write in the basement. I used to, when I was going to college, I used to write on the metro because I had so much time, especially going and coming home. Sometimes it's hard for me to really write at the studio because I just like wasting time. Like, if I got a 6-hour session, I like to spend all that time strictly recording. So I go there with, like, songs already done. Do You See Me was kind of like my second time introducing myself compared to the first project. The first project I didn't really have as much knowledge on music and the music industry as I do now. In terms of creatively, I spent 2 years working on this project, trying to draw from, like, all aspects, being influenced by all the different artists, the ones that I've listened to growing up, plus the ones that kept coming out from the time period of 2013 to 2015. And yeah, who I want to listen to it, of course I want everyone to listen to it, but this project is more for the weirdos and the outcasts, the people who are, like, you know, in the terms of Chris Rock had said, you won't meet that one special person who likes comic books and the WuTang Clan, but now we live in an era where that's actually the norm. So this is for those people, you know, people who like Spider-Man and Star Wars, but also love hip-hop, you know what I'm saying, love, you know, your WuTang Clans, your outcasts, your Nasty Nazes, you know, this is for those people. And then it's also for, like, people who enjoy lyrics and bars, and then, like, who enjoy, I guess, comedy rap, because I don't even look at my bars as comical. I don't look at them as comical, but a few people do. So yeah, it's for those people. At the moment, wow. I should say the top 5 albums that I'm playing right now. Number 1, which is still the best album of 2015, I don't give a fuck what anybody says, is To Pimp a Butterfly by Kendrick Lamar. That's number 1. Number 2, Dirty Sprite 2 by Future. Like, he surprised me with that project, especially after Honest. Number 3, Compton by Dr. Dre. That album was phenomenal for it to be his last album. Number 4, Forest Hill Drive's J. Cole. And it's a shame that J. Cole, Kendrick, and Drake all dropped the project when they did, because if it had been just Forest Hill Drives and no other album, that would be my favorite album right now. But he dropped it at the same time as those two, and they dropped theirs surprisingly, so yeah, that's a tough one. And then number 5, what am I really playing right now? Number 5, I guess an album that I'm playing right now would have to be Cherry Bomb by Tyler, the Creator, because Tyler is one of them MCs who a lot of people don't want to say he's dope, but let's be real, he's dope. And I'm a fan of Pharrell and NERD, and this album definitely reminds me of In Search Of. So yeah, those are the top 5 albums and artists that I'm listening to right now. Kendrick, Future, Dr. Dre, J. Cole, and Tyler, the Creator. I don't mean to laugh like that, but wow. And I actually talked about this on track 10 on the mixtape. Wow, well, I grew up, I'm born in '94, so I'm 21. And my earliest memories of hip hop is '97, when I first heard Hypnotized by Biggie. I was like 2 or 3 when that came out, so I have a perceived notion of hip hop. My first Chicago hip hop experience was Kanye. I didn't grow up listening to, you know, Twista and Crucial Conflict, and you know, a lot of the people that a lot of Chicago people would claim are like true Chicago representatives. I'm from the suburbs, Markham to be exact. And yeah, my first Chicago hip hop experience is Kanye and Common and Lupe Fiasco. So those guys are the Chicago representatives to me. And then you had the cool kids, you know. Shout out to Mikey Rocks, because he's from the burbs like I am. Chicago hip hop. Well, I first got introduced to the drill music scene through high school. When I was in high school, a lot of my classmates were playing Chief Keef and King Louie. Now, and it's not that I don't, and they were like, when I first heard this, I'm like, these niggas suck. These niggas suck. And they were like, man, you gotta be a gangster to understand that. No, I don't. I listen to gangster rap music like a lot. Like, I remember the first time I heard Niggas Bleed. I remember the first time I got 50's Project. And no, I didn't get 50's Project because of what's on the radio. I got it because of the street singles. Not to mention, we have gangster rappers in Chicago who are dope. Like, just because your music is labeled gangster rap doesn't mean it can't be dope and it can't be lyrical. Like, Twista is a prime example of that. Crucial Conflict is a prime example of that. And LEP Bogus Boys are prime examples of that. LEP Bogus Boys are who I would call the catalyst or the beginning movement of what we know today as drill music. What happened was, and I talked about this in my song, what happened was there was a moment in time around 2008 to 2011 where hip hop was dominated by southern music. And the two main southern artists that influenced drill music, I don't care what anyone says, the two artists that influence a lot of the drill music artists are Gucci Mane and Waka Flocka. When those two artists came out, specifically Waka, when Waka came out, I noticed how everyone started to get dreadlocks, everyone started to rap like him, and then it was just like a big thing. So when Chief Keef and King Louie came out, I heard them and they had this flow that was similar to Waka, Gucci, and Future. And then they're talking about, this is Chicago, this is drill music. I'm like, no it's not, this is trap music. This is Chicago-based trap music. You guys sound exactly like you came from Atlanta. You guys sound exactly like Waka when he first came out, because Waka has gotten a lot better, but that's neither here nor there. You guys sound exactly like Waka when he first came out. So that's why I didn't really come appreciative of early Chicago drill music. But then as I got older, when I graduated from high school, I started hearing more artists. Like, I started hearing Chance the Rapper, I started hearing Alex Wiley, Vic Mensa. You know, when those people came out, I had a little bit more hope, because it's like, oh, we got some lyrical MCs coming from the city. So now maybe people will stop looking at drill music. This is what happened. Chief Keef was the first one to really get famous. Then after him, Dirk got famous, then Reese got famous, then Louis got famous. Then a lot of the drill artists started to get killed out. You know what I'm saying? JoJo got killed, LA Capone got killed. Then it's like, the people who you look at as superstars are either in jail, dead, or they've already left. So when Chance got put on by Gambino, it made me proud. So how I feel now in 2016 about Chicago hip hop, I think we're in a good space right now, because now it's no longer just strictly drill, 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 drill. Now we have a balance. You have drill and you have lyrical content. And not to mention all of the lyrical MCs, I consider them the children, like the people on this side, I consider them the children of Kid Cudi. Because Kid Cudi was putting out that experimental shit, just testing the waters, and they all got influenced by that. And it sprinkled down, and here we are now. 2016, the plan, I should say, because plans change, the plan is to work on 3 EPs. So far, I got 1 EP coming out in the first quarter called 7-0 Great, which is going to be which is gonna be my own solo project until my third mixtape comes out in 2017. That mixtape is gonna be called Music, Money, and Masturbation. Now it's more than just that title. The mixtape is gonna be, it's a struggle between, well, I should say this, the topics, cause it's about purity, corruption, restoration. Music being the purity, money being the corruption, masturbation being the restoration. What it is you're gonna start off with music being one of the purest things ever, then we're gonna show how money corrupts that, and we're gonna show how masturbation, the whole idea of masturbation is self-love and bringing yourself back up, to bring yourself back up to a point where you can make music that's not the same as it was, but you won't be like as bad as you were when it was all about the money. So that project is coming out 2017, but for 2016, 7 Great, my solo project, me and my homie Rock Smooth, we're dropping a project called The Smoothest and the Coolest, and then I'm working on that probably won't be until the summer, and then towards the fall or the winter, I'm gonna drop a third EP with my homie Ken called We the Villains. So far, I just dropped a song for 7 Great called Root Partres, which is the third song in the Root of All Evil series that I got. And then for The Smoothest and the Coolest, we're gonna drop a single called Wayne on 'Em, which we already got a video shot for. Wayne on 'Em was supposed to be a single from Smooth's project Fun, but we're gonna repackage it for our mixtape.